Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel. My name is Trish. I'm also known as Half Crack Guru, and today we're going to take a look at the month ahead. We'll see what the general energy is, and we're going to look at 3 things to focus on. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then select the pile that calls to you. If you need a little bit more time, please do pause the video, and I'll leave timestamps in the description so you can jump right to your reading. See you there. Okay, pile number 1, you chose the black agate palm stone. And the card that you chose from is called the Friends. And I think it needs very little explanation. I do believe that your friends are going to play a big part in all this stuff that's going on here. So what's going on here? I believe that you have recently made a big move or are in the process of making this big move. It may have felt quite slow, like it's been forever that you've been waiting to finish this up, or to get to the next level. But I do see that this month things are going to start happening pretty quickly. So we want to make sure that we use this month's energy the best way that we can. These 3 cards up here are your focal points, what I think is best for you to focus on this month. Of course, this is just a suggestion, but I think that you'll find it helpful. This first card that we're looking at is the Guardian of the Gate. This card speaks of initiation and going through to the other side of something that you've been learning, or a move that you've been making. It tells me, it makes me feel like one of the big things that you should be focusing on this month is understanding that it's going to take a little bit of time to acclimate to things. There's going to be a learning curve. Everything new comes with a little bit of a learning curve. So don't get down on yourself and get all frustrated because you have to learn a little bit, okay? Second is the Spirit Dancer. And this is, she's all about self-expression. Whether you're expressing yourself through art or music, or, well, art is music. Music is art. Whether you're expressing yourself with art, or maybe you need to express some things to some people, that might be something as well. And this last card here is Luathis the Wild. And that's just like a wild energy that you really don't have a lot of control over. It works perfectly with this 8 of Wands here. This is just that fast energy coming in, and you really can't control it, but you can guide it, direct it, focus it into a particular direction. Don't let it don't let it get you all worked up. I think is the best way to put it. You're going to be high energy. There may be some anxiety here depending on who you are and how you deal with change itself, but things are going to happen pretty quickly. So you just want to make sure that you keep a solid baseline of calm, curiosity, and keep on pulling your focus back to what needs to be focused on, because it's you're going to maybe be distracted quite easily this month, maybe more easily than normal, especially since things will be happening so fast. So you just want to make sure that just pull it back in. It's okay if you lose your focus and then pull it back in, and just keep pulling it back in and be gentle with yourself. This is this whole newness, the whole beginning something thing, it's only temporary. You will you'll acclimate in no time. I have no doubt about that. So I don't know what you got going on, but it looks pretty good. This month for you is all about making those big changes, um, and refocusing that fast energy. Say what needs to be said. And remember that, you're always feeling a little bit vulnerable in the beginning of any new thing. So be gentle with yourself. Keep pulling your focus back. Say what needs to be said. And buckle up. That's all I got for you. Your friends, but besides, your friends are going to be very important in this as well. So you may need to ask for help. A little helping hand makes the work a lot easier to deal with, and a lot more fun. So ask your friends to join you, huh? All right, pile number 1. This has been your reading. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful month ahead. Okay, pile number 2. You chose the Shiva Lingam, and your overarching energy is the fawn. Now, don't worry about that tower coming out. A lot of people get scared when they see that tower, but I see, especially in conjunction with unity here, I see a new way of thinking, a little reshuffling of your belief systems. Because in the end, the tower is always about the internal shift that happens when big things happen. Now, all right, so I think that's maybe dealing with a little bit of extra anxiety this month, and it's only natural, especially when there's big things happening, big changes coming in. But you should recognize that it's just anxiety. Don't let it convince you that all these bad things are happening, because they're not. Good things are happening, even when they're uncomfortable in the beginning. Both the green woman and the fawn they speak about natural magic. And that's about your own natural magic and the magic of nature. And that's about where their similarity starts veering off. Because the fawn is more about understanding nature and the natural magic in the world around you. While the green woman is about understanding your own natural magic that you carry inside and shine out into the world. I think that I think that this coming month is going to be a bit, um, let me find a good word for this. I do believe that this coming month is going to be a little bit wobbly for you. I think that's a great way to put it. It's going to be a little bit wobbly for you. Big changes are happening. Um, and you may not know what next steps you will take until you're actually ready to take them. So do not worry if you don't have all the information you need to make decisions right off the bat. A lot of this is going to happen one step at a time. Um, Again, with the anxiety, you want to make sure that you remind yourself that it's just anxiety, because I'm hearing that you really just don't like it when you don't have any control over the situation, and there's a lot of that happening this month. So um, keep reminding yourself so that the anxiety doesn't get too far out of hand. Okay. Keep reminding yourself that this is just a transition. It's not going to last forever, this transitionary phase. um, it will be, the Ten of Wands is, it's a heavy load that you're carrying, right? And I don't think this heavy load is new for you at all. I do think that it's going to feel a little bit heavier because of the big transitions that are happening right now. Um, but it's a 10. So it's right at the end of this, it's right at the end of this situation, basically. So it's kind of like a final push through. Keep your focus. Um, and remind yourself it's just temporary. Your biggest three things to focus on this month are your anxiety, what you have in common with others. I think this is going to be especially helpful for you um, in you may be meeting new people, or you may be dealing with somebody else's, let's call it what it is, somebody else's bullshit. um, doesn't matter how awesome you are, there will always be somebody else's bullshit, right? So remember that, number one, you never know what somebody else is going through. But number two, remember what you have in common. We are all come from the same, we all come from the same primordial goo, right? um, we have far more in common than we know sometimes. In the end, we're all humans just trying to live our lives and get through the day the best that we can. Um, so give other people a little bit more grace this month. It might be a little bit of extra. It might be a little bit more difficult to do this month than it might normally be for you. So just give other people a little bit of grace. Of course, that doesn't mean you let them walk all over you or, take insulting behavior, but whatever. Um, when somebody irritates you and they're just driving you crazy, just bring it back to yourself and remember they're not my problem. They're not my concern. I hate the way that I just said that. I don't like the term not my problem. Um, but it may have come out for a reason. So if you are feeling and this is for a smaller group of you, I believe, if you are feeling that something is not your problem, or that somebody's difficulty is not your problem, this is a good time to remember that we are all responsible for each other. We are all supposed to take care of each other, no matter what our society tells us about how independent we're supposed to be. We need each other. And a lot of the times, most of the time, the shitty behavior from other people comes from a lack of connection, a lack of things that they need. Um, so whatever side you happen to be on with the unity, as far as um, so yes, there's whatever way unity is showing up in your life, pay attention to that. We are all one. We all come from the same source, and we need each other. The green woman is, look at her face. Isn't that freaking great? I love her. I love her. This is your wild and spicy self coming out of the you're no longer in the corner. You're coming out into the spotlight. Not necessarily a spotlight where like the whole world is looking at you or anything like that. But I do believe that whatever is going on this month for you, I do believe that it's allowing a part of you to emerge that you've kept very tightly under lock and key. Like maybe you know it's there a little bit, but you really don't have any idea how much it's there. You are an amazing person and you're fun. This is fun. This is being wild. This is doing nutty things. um, excuse me. And this is discovering your own magic. Um, and take that however that resonates for you. For some people, this is literal, like, spells and whatnot. But for everybody, this is the magic of, I'm hearing sovereignty, of learning to take up space, and not giving a fudge what other people think. Whereas this may have been something very difficult for you up until recently. And I think most of us are really experiencing at least a little bit of that, where we're all at this place right now where we're realizing just how much we shrink ourselves and how lightly we've been walking through the world trying not to take up that space. And trying not, you might even be somebody who likes to stay in the background and not be noticed. And the green woman is telling me that it's time to put that away and learn how really cool you are. I mean, of course, cool is relative, but being your authentic self isn't relative. And your authentic self is so much more beautiful than you give yourself credit for. And I do think that you're going to be feeling that much more this month. So, what to focus on for this coming month, and make sure you check out the moon phases to see if when you might want to focus on particular things. So the first thing that you need to focus on this month is managing your anxiety, reminding yourself that it's just because new things are happening. You're okay. You're more than okay. Number two is remember what you have in common with the people around you, whether they're irritating the shit out of you or whether they need connection with somebody else. You want to make sure that you pay attention to that. And I think too, I know we should all be focusing on expanding our communities. And I think that that's a big thing that you should be working on this month as well. And then, of course, allowing yourself to be yourself, start taking up space, stop tiptoeing around people who make you uncomfortable, and say the things that need to be said. Anxiety, unity, and your own natural magic, wild woman or man. All right, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope you have an amazing month ahead. Thank you so much. Okay. Pile number 3. You chose the blue tiger's eye. I love that. And the topsy-turvets are your overarching energy. Things are looking a little bit hectic this coming month. But I think that the chaotic, hectic, and probably a little bit foggy, confusing energy is not really not really stemming from a particular circumstance, situation, person, or anything like that. I think it's just a little extra spice added to your month. You might be feeling a little bit restless or maybe a little bit extra anxiety, but I feel like it's mostly restlessness and kind of like, what the hell day is it again today? That sort of thing. Just a little bit lost, but like I said, it's not really grounded in any kind of circumstance, situation, people, or anything like that. It's just a little bit of extra spice this month for you. So have fun with that, right? Okay, so this looks great. It looks wonderful. Now this guy, oh, that gnome, is telling me that you may be looking for answers. You want something. I mean, obviously, we're all looking for answers all the time. We all want answers, but we don't always get them. And this guy is saying, well, if you wanted an easy answer, it's just not going to happen. So if you had a particular question in mind when you tuned into this reading, that question is basically a we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're not going to give you that quick, easy answer. um, but I do see that it is rooted in um, a good place from your heart. I do see that there will be an opportunity to um, there will be an opportunity to make your heart flutter, whether that's a person or something that you've been wanting to do. Of course, the aces are just seeds, though. You can't. It's just not coming in. You have to work with it as well. You have the seeds, so you want to plant it, water it, make sure that that you take care of it so that it grows into something um, that makes your heart blossom. Oh, this is so nice. Now, the Piper and the High Priestess are so good together. This tells me um, you, if you want something, or if you want to discuss something important with somebody who you're not quite sure how to approach it, this is saying that your best bet is going to be a gentle approach. Um, empath- Being empathetic um, to whoever you're dealing with, or maybe even being empathetic to yourself. It's about this guy here, the Piper, um, is about the feeling between the words. It's about, the music rather than the lyrics, if that makes any sense. This is about this is saying that if you have to have a conversation right now in my head, I'm hearing if you have to have a conversation with somebody, your best bet is less about the actual conversation and more about not only the delivery, but understanding where they are coming from, because that's going to be very important to how you resolve what this is, or how you build something um, that works for both of you. Um, this is absolutely could be a reading, a love reading, relationship reading. It doesn't have to be. It could be anything that really speaks to your heart, or um, has you dealing with other people in a way that you're not quite sure how to approach the situation. Um, so this is saying that words are not nearly as important as things like your tone, um, and understanding, how it's delivered, and how you understand the person or situation, rather than just understanding your wants and needs inside this situation or your relationship with this person. They Understanding them is going to be the key to make things happen. This is himself. He is the divine masculine. This is action, and of course, masculine, feminine. We all have them. This is non-gender specific. We all have both masculine and feminine. It's a spectrum. Um, and this is about, like I said, action. Um, mm, oh, okay. All right. So if you're in a relationship, even a friendship, familial relationship, or, what have you, um, while we're not focusing on words or anything like that, one of the things that may be very helpful for you in this case is doing something together. Whether you have a game night or you set up a date night or make sure that when we're, we all have busy lives and, it's very easy. You can love someone with your full heart and not see them for months on end because the both of you are doing your own thing. So this is your reminder to not hope for time, but to make that time. Make that time, make it some kind of an activity or something that the two of you can do together, not just words. And not just a night. And you might have movie nights or whatnot, but I really think that it's a good idea for you to prioritize, make time, create time, schedule time to do things with somebody who's important to you. Do the things that make you laugh. Try something new, so you can both laugh at each other and at yourselves. I think that's where this comes into. So the Two of Pentacles, speaks of trying to balance things out. It always speaks of, to me, it always speaks of making room, making time for things that need to be taken care of. It's about reworking schedules and reworking schedules. Drop the things that aren't moving the needle, that aren't making you happy. There's responsibilities that I believe do not belong to you, and it's time to hand those back to who they do belong to. Yeah. I don't have a yes or no answer for you if you had a particular question, but I can tell you that next month looks good. A little bit high energy and maybe, a little bit wobbly. Did I say wobbly for you or the last reading? I don't know, but it might be a little bit wobbly this month. That may be a trend here that I'm seeing. Oh, touching the microphone again. All right, so yes, this month, focus on your connections, the connections that are important to you, and emphasize how you feel, how the other people feel, or the Piper is kind of like the Pied Piper, right? The Pied Piper plays his flute and attracts all the rats. I mean, we're not attracting rats here, I promise. Unless you like rats, because rats are kind of cute, depending on who you are, right? So, this month, your biggest focus, I believe, is to work on being what it is you want and not just waiting or hoping for it to come to you. Be it. Even if it hasn't quite made it your way yet. Be what it is that you want to see or feel or experience. Pay attention to how others are feeling around you, especially the people who are important in your life. It may be very easy for you recently to have overlooked or not given them the attention that they really need right now. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things to focus on this month is just um, take care of your connections. They're not always going to say something. You can feel it if you pay attention. So pay attention. Pay attention. And loosen things up with your schedule a bit if you can. Get rid of whatever doesn't suit you, other people's responsibilities, because it's really easy to say, I don't have time for this person, but you have to make time for it because this is important. Our connections, the people that we love, maybe even somebody, if you've got somebody new coming into your life this month, very big message to not lose yourself in the relationship. Set your boundaries early. This may even somebody that you just recently met. It's really easy to fall into that relationship, and everything else on the peripherals just kind of suffers because of it. So as much as you want to spend every waking moment with this person, don't do it. Have your boundaries. Give the both of you a chance um, to continue with your lives and keep coming together and experiencing your lives together rather than ignoring the rest of your life. Not like you're ignoring it, but kind of. Kind of. So if that's the case here, just make sure that you don't lose yourself in this relationship. You have a life and people in your life, jobs, like what have you, they all need your attention too. So don't let them suffer because it will end up catching up with you in the end. Just take care of yourself, take care of what needs taken care of, and somebody who, the person who is right for you, will work with, you'll work together to create the time that you need together. And if the both of you are good as individuals, that's what makes that relationship, you as a partner, the both of you as a partner, that's what makes it stronger. Is if you both are a whole person. I mean, you're a whole person anyway, but this is not your other half. Okay, not your other half. You are a whole ass person, and so are they. Yeah, so that's it. Good things are coming this month. You're going to be a little bit fluttery, wobbly. Um, just pay attention, take care of your health as well. And I think that's directly stemming from all the things that you have on your plate. And then you add this new thing to the things on your plate, and it just becomes even more overwhelming. So rather than letting it get overwhelming, cut out what you can and let yourself, I don't want to say miss that person, but kind of let yourself, let each other in this relationship, if this is a relationship of any kind, um, don't neglect the rest of your life for one person. If there's somebody who should be in your life, they're not going to have a problem with that. You can miss each other or, you know, schedule times to be together or whatnot, but um, yeah, don't, don't let it consume you. Don't become the relationship. Become a partner and require a partner. and find ways to let it, to find ways to fit this into your life that's not going to make other important things in your life suffer. That's about it. I hope that this was helpful for you. I think you're going to have a nice month. I do think it's going to be a little bit wobbly, like I said, but it'll be really nice. Really nice things are happening for you, and I'm excited to see it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful month ahead, and take care. Okay, pile number 4. You selected the Jade or Jadeite. And your overarching energy is the Soul Shrinker. I know he's kind of scary looking. He's actually pretty scary. That doesn't necessarily mean anything bad is going to happen or anything like that. The Soul Shrinker talks about how we talk about others, how others talk about us in ways that are damaging. And sometimes even our thoughts contribute to this energy. This is an energy that we just don't want around us. If this is another person, trust your intuition. If you feel like something is off, it is off, and just, you don't need proof. Okay? Trust your gut. If you happen to be, if the Soul Shrinker energy is coming from you, you may be feeling I feel like disgusted with somebody that you have to live your life with in some way, shape, or form. Maybe somebody you work with, maybe a family member. Disgusted was the feeling that came up. And I think, though, even though you may feel disgusted by this person, I think that with your brain, you know that this might be that you're not being fair to them. This is going to be a little bit different depending on who is watching this reading, right? However, this Soul Shrinker energy is showing up for you, it calls for, one of the things that it mentions in the book is spreading blessings. This person is driving you crazy. There's that feeling that we just talked about. It can be easy to spiral and be like, oh, I can't freaking stand that person. And talk to other people about it, or, we don't need that energy. That energy does not feel good to you. I know it doesn't feel good to you. So you just want to kind of catch yourself. And when you catch yourself in that, with that sort of thought, remind yourself that feeling that way, our feelings are our feelings, and we can't quite help them, right? But we can recognize when they're happening and understand and decide how much we give into that feeling, I hope that makes sense. Because you can control your reaction. You can't, reminding yourself that this is all right. Let's kind of come over here for a little bit. And this will help. We have the Lovers here, and we have the Puck. And the Puck is all about seeing the bad in the good and the good in the bad, right? It's all yin yang. There's always a light side to every darkness. There's always a darkness to every light side, right? So this is about when you start to feel that way, stepping back to look at it in a more objective way. Well, you might want to understand where those feelings are coming from. So that you can understand what your next best step will be. And this is not new to you. I think somebody's been working your last nerve for a very long time. And you've already learned those lessons. And you give them the benefit of the doubt. So it's not like your feeling of disgust or whatever for this person is, it's not like it's uncalled for or anything. You know, it comes from a very real place. But you don't have to stay in that place. Wish them well. Send blessings their way. Pray for them. Because you don't want to hold on to that energy, right? You don't want to hold it. You know, they are not worth dragging your own ass down. You have much better to focus on, much better things to focus on. If you are, you may be actually in the process of or considering leaving a romantic relationship, or even cutting off a family member or a friend who was never really a friend. Your feelings are valid, and you know they're what's expected in a situation like this. But once you identify them, you can move out of feeling like that and start feeling a little bit more hopeful for the future, because there's a whole world that is opening up to you, a whole world. So while this situation may feel pretty awful at the moment, you are being asked to look at the silver lining here. Not to eclipse the awful person or situation or thing that just happened, but in order to set your sights in a new direction and leave that one behind. Yeah, this is not the first time you've been here. Time to go. You know what needs doing. Don't hold on to that feeling, that yuck feeling. Bless it, let it go, and you let it go by being able to focus your attention in another direction. Time to start planning a new life with a lot less turbulence. A life that you will be creating for yourself, not a life that somebody handed to you or that came about by a circumstance. You have the ability to choose what you want to do with yourself next. And it looks great. It looks great. Yeah, that's about all I got for you. It's a lot. And I know it probably brings up some fear, although I don't really see much fear in the cards. I think it's more, there's a bitterness there. And it's understandable. But you don't need that anymore. Use that bitterness to motivate your leaving, cutting off your journey away from this person and into your own life. And then leave the bitterness behind. Yeah. Pile number 4. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I wish you an amazing month ahead, and I wish you joy in creating this new life.